Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Arizona Cardinals and the New Orleans Saints. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray. They'll run with Snell to begin the drive. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35. On second down, it's Snell.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number.
On second down, Snell.
54, Mike. Check, 54.
Trying to run for it with Snell. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Murray now on first down. Steps away. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Christian Kirk, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
So here come the Saints now for their first drive. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6". Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 for the 26. Only 2 there on the dump off. It's 3rd down.
It happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Ball comes free. It's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents. I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Second down, Murray sets to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 17-yard line.
And what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On second down, here's Murray. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. Here the Cardinals push further out in front. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. On first down, Graves. And he will be brought down at about the 43. On second down now, it's Graves. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting...
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Von Miller make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
Anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
This is taken around the 12. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Starting the drive with Snell.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They'll go with Snell here on 1st down. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down. Defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. You've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. They'll run on 1st down. Snell, and he's taken down after a gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Murray with a 3rd and long. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
I want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
And you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
From the gun, Arnold. Safarian Jenkins has it. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Arnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Arnold. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. To throw on 2nd down. Arnold. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 5-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking.
Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown. I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people have...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Back to throw. Arnold. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Yannick Ngakoue able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. I'm sure he wanted to have a huge game, wants to have a huge game as the quarterback, but really on the ground, they've been very, very hard to stop.
Your guy back there has to throw it. Don't have to worry about it quite as much.
And they've got the lead here in the second quarter. Looks like he's going to get a couple here. On 2nd down, Snell. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
He's going to fire one deep, middle, and this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. In for the score. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Go man wins, we talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over?
Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and break it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. From the gun on third down. Arnold, that's complete to Meredith. Reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete.
They work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
This quarterback now 10 of 10 to start the game. How about that? As he comes up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Arnold. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And down to the 28-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Get that quarterback D-line. Get that quarterback D-line.
On 1st down, Arnold. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
You don't want me. 5-2 is the mic. Mike 5-2, Mike 5-2.
2nd and 4. And complete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Back to throw. Arnold. And that's going to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Arnold. Caught. Safarian Jenkins, right side. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Operating from the gun. Arnold. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, where it was the visiting Ravens who were able to come in and take this one on the road. Lamar Jackson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Josh Rosen leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. A touchdown the difference, 21-14, the final score. In the game you're watching, it was the former #1 overall selection, Kyler Murray, who put on an absolute show. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
And I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting play, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 2nd and 6. This is complete to Michael Thomas. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. On first down, Graves. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Arnold. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
You and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Graves. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Arnold. Completes this one to Meredith. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. Arnold. That's caught. It's Thomas.
And tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray on the move to his left. Open man is Kurz out there waving his arms. And when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stops right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. Now one catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Arnold gets it to Meredith, complete. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll run with Snell. From the 24, Murray got a man over the middle, and it's complete. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove, no matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. A Cardinal 1st down on a gain of 13. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Snell on the shotgun handoff. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. On 1st down, it's Snell again. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago.
That's going to be caught by Kirk for a Cardinals touchdown. Christian Kirk with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg.
It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Throwing on first down. Arnold. That's caught by Meredith, right side.
Red man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. Cameron Meredith, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, his 2nd sack of the night.
A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. To throw, it's Murray. And that'll be incomplete. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He'll rifle this one deep right side. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Arnold. And he's got his man on the out route. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. On 1st and 10, Arnold, and Thomas has it. And this will leave him a yard short. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment. 2nd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
And if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. On 4th down, Arnold. And it is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. During the week, we'll announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. Here's Snell on 3rd down. And he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
I've been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
Good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Arnold. Throwing right, and that's complete. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. They'll run on first down. It's Graves. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Here we go. Here we go. Hit it.
Operating from the gun. Arnold, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. The 40, 30, 20, 10. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
Ready?
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Here's a full receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Graves. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage. A gain there of 21 yards. Looking to throw. Arnold. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
On first down, Arnold. And this will be incomplete.
Pull it together.
Throwing again, Arnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Arizona, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.